Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm Hope Maria. Today what I have for you are some aromatherapy tips. Well, tips for using your essential oils and maybe some non-traditional ways, some problem solvers, and some mistakes to avoid. So if that interests you, I hope you stick around. So one thing to keep in mind is to diffuse your favorite essential oil blends, you don't have to have any fancy equipment. You can have something as basic as a cotton pad and a tissue. So especially if you're on the go or in the car or maybe traveling. Of course, we all love diffusing essential oils in our nebulizers and diffusers. We love using inhalers, but sometimes you just don't have that, and you certainly don't need all those things to get started and enjoy aromatherapy. So you can simply take your favorite essential oil blend or single, put a drop on a cotton pad or a cotton round or a tissue, and just inhale from there. Slide it under your pillow, put it in your pocket, put it in your car vent when you're traveling. So it's a super easy way to diffuse on the go. I mean, even if you don't have this, everyone has toilet tissue. Grab some out of the bathroom. I have even used the cardboard sleeve on a Starbucks cup one time when we were on vacation. I didn't bring anything with me. I simply put some peppermint oil on that, slid it in the air vent, and then we were able to enjoy some peppermint while we were traveling for many hours. Now, those of us who love our essential oils know that there's some prized ones out there, but they're just not affordable for everyone, like Rose Otto, Sandalwood, neroli. I say neroli. I need to learn how to say that word. It's essential oil that comes from the flower of the orange tree. It smells amazing. Well, anyway, one way around that expense is to buy them pre-diluted in jojoba oil. So I've seen them anywhere from 10% to 28%. This is a brand actually from a distiller in Louisiana, carried at Whole Foods, and he has a store about an hour away from here. So I've got the rose and I've got the sandalwood, and this is diluted 28% in jojoba. So you always want to look. If you ever see sandalwood or rose, and it's like, man, that's really affordable. That's like 20 bucks. Check and see. You want to know if it's pre-diluted or not. If it's diluted in jojoba oil, it's worth considering. If it's not, if it's saying it's pure, like 100%, nothing else in the bottle for that price, leave it on the shelf. Okay, so what do you do when you have a bottle of oil that's empty and you want to reuse the bottle, which is a great thing about all these little glass bottles. And you have to take this orifice reducer out. Well, you can stick your fingernail in it and pop it out and have it splatter all over your face, or get a knife or a quarter. Well, guess what? You don't have to do that. It's a handy dandy little tool. Found these on Amazon. I bought a 3-pack, and that's exactly what it does. It has a cutout or a little slot for bottles and then also for roller bottles. So all you do, look at this, you just slide. Oh, I have to get the ring out of the way. All you do is slide it on there and boop, there you go. How awesome is that? And then it has these little holes that you just put right over it. I'm going to use this one, and you can just press it down and close it back up. So I'm going to do it with a roller ball. Okay. You can use the same end for your roller balls, or if you have a smaller, like a 5mm bottle, you can use that. So let's see. Just slide it under there and boop, there it goes. You might want to put a tissue or something on top. And then if you want to close it, you can use this right here to pop that down. How cool is that? It will save your fingernails. It'll save splattering all over your face. And speaking of empty bottles, learn from my mistakes. If you're going to make your own blends and put them in repurposed bottles, you label it with the name of whatever you name your blend and the ingredients in your recipe. Don't do what I did the lazy way when I ran out of printer ink. I put some washi tape on there and I wrote in an ink pen and I wrote everything out, but guess what? I can't even read it. and the writing has worn off. So figure out a way to be able to write down what's on your bottle so that you're not guessing what's inside, especially if it was a blend that you really, really loved. This is called My Book of Blends, and I got this on Amazon, and it is fabulous because you can write your blends. You can write your recipes just like you would a recipe for something that you cooked. So you can write it all down and then give your feedback, what you thought about it, if you want to remake it. So that way you're not making something, forgetting what you put in it, especially if there's not enough room to write everything on the bottle. You can have a handy place to do that. I got this on Amazon. Two more tips, and this kind of goes back to what we first talked about, ways to diffuse your essential oils without any fancy equipment. So one thing that I like to do, I have a box of tissues here in the winter time, or if someone is just kind of stuffy, we have a stuffy nose, I like to take eucalyptus or peppermint and put some in the box, and it infuses the tissues, and every time you take one you can smell it. So if you just have a favorite fragrance, even like lavender or something like that, and you want to use this for your bedtime aromatherapy and stick it in your pillow, or when you're traveling, to put some in your suitcase. But there's two ways you can do it. You can open the side of the box and then put the oil and then tape it back, but you know that doesn't look really nice. So I just kind of take the tissue, scoot it on the side, drip the oil down in there, let it run down, and then just in literally seconds, the whole box, all the tissue will smell like your eucalyptus or peppermint or lavender, whatever you decide to put in there. And one other way to diffuse on the go, if you like inhalers, they're a great thing to use. They're easy to find. They're like $1 a piece on most aromatherapy suppliers, but you don't have to buy an inhaler. You can repurpose these empty bottles, fill them with salt, like coarse salt, because you don't want to have a mess everywhere, like some Dead Sea salt, the crystals, or the pink Himalayan, and then just add your essential oils to that, and you've basically made smelling salts. Of course, we're familiar with smelling salts for when people pass out. It's the same concept. It's just something that holds the scent of the oil for you. Or you can take a bottle like this and stuff it with some cotton balls and add your essential oils to that. And then you just simply open up and smell, and you've got your diffuser. You can put the lid back on or not. Just be careful if you're using the salts, and if you don't put the orifice reducer back on, that way it will spill. But if you're just putting a cotton ball in there, that's all that you need. You don't need the little orifice reducer. So I hope you found these tips helpful. If you did, comment below if you have some handy little tips or hacks for aromatherapy. Comment below as well. And thanks for being here. I hope y'all have a great day.